Hi guys, in today's video, we will be covering how to read an option chain and the common information presented on an option chain. I'll be using the thinkorswim software to show you a real option chain and how the interface looks like. So let's get to it. What is an option chain? Well, the option chain is the place where you can view all the available options and their information. Some of the typical information that you can find in an option chain are the strike price of an option. Now, this is the target price that you want the stock to reach in the future, and this is normally shown in the middle of the option chain. You can view calls and put as well. They will be shown at the sides of the strike price. You can also view the remaining days to expiration for a particular option. Recall in my previous video, I mentioned that all options have a time limit. If an option is only valid for the next 20 days, it will show 20 days to expiration. Now, in addition to DTE, you can also view the bid and ask of the option. What do bid and ask refer to? Bid refers to the highest price buyers are willing to pay for an option, while ask refers to the lowest price sellers are willing to sell that option. In general, the bid and ask just shows you how much it costs to buy or sell a particular option. From the bid and ask prices, you can also understand what is the current bid-ask spread. Now, this is calculated as the difference between the bid and the ask. In general, just keep in mind that the smaller the spread, the easier it will be to buy or sell an option. Here's an example of how the option chain looks like. Let's imagine that this is the option chain for MasterCard, which is represented by the ticker symbol MA, and that the current price for MasterCard is $285. The strike prices are shown in the center, and the current market price of MA will be shown in the center of all the strike prices. The calls and puts will be shown on the sides. So how do you interpret this? If you look to the left, this is a bid and ask for the 295 call. And if you look on the right, this is the bid and ask for the 295 put. For the 290 call, buyers are currently willing to pay $2.20 for it, and sellers are willing to sell it for $2.60. In a real option chain, you will notice that bid and ask prices keep changing as there are always new orders being placed, so the bid and ask numbers will constantly be updated. If you look at the bid and ask for calls and puts, do you notice anything particular about them? Now, the cost for call options get cheaper as the strike price increases. The 275 call costs about $4.50, but the 295 call will cost only around $2. However, for puts, they get more expensive as the strike price increase. The 295 put will cost around $5, while the 275 put costs about $2.50. Now, what's the reason for this? Can you figure it out? Recall in my previous video, I mentioned that options give you the right to buy or sell a stock. So the current price of MasterCard is $285. If you have the $275 call option, this means you can technically buy MasterCard at $275, which is $10 cheaper than its current price. And if you have the 295 call, this option lets you buy MasterCard at $295, which is $10 higher than the current stock price. So you can see the 275 call is actually more valuable to you right now, and that's why it costs more. For puts, it's the opposite. A put lets you sell a stock at a certain price. Since the current stock price of MasterCard is $285, the 295 put lets you sell MasterCard at a higher price. And that's why the 295 put costs more compared to the 285 or the 275 put, because it has more value right now. Now you might have a question, so what are the factors that determines the price of an option? Well, I'm going to answer this question in the next video. Okay guys, so what we have here is the TD Ameritrade or thinkorswim brokerage software. I will be using the paper trading account to show the option chain to you. Now, a paper trading account is just an account where they give virtual money to you to let you buy and sell stock or options. The money is not real, but it lets you test out strategies and helps you get used to the TD Ameritrade trading platform. So anyone can get a virtual account. All you have to do, I think, is just to go to their website and sign up with them. Okay, so I'm not going to go in depth on how to use the TD Ameritrade software. There are other videos online that do that. I'll just show you how a real option chain looks like. So to look for the option chain, you have to go to the Trade tab. Then when you're at the Trade tab, just enter the ticker symbol of the stock that you want to look at. So let's look at the stock for Apple in this example. So just enter the ticker symbol, AAPL. Alright, so what you'll see here is you see all the different options and their expiration dates. Now all US options expire on a Thursday. Currently I'm in Asia, and because of the time difference, you will notice that these dates are actually Fridays if you check the calendar. So the TD brokerage software shows you the expiration date based on your local time. Now if you notice this number in brackets, they actually indicate the remaining days to expiration for that particular option. Today is the 3rd of December for me, so if I have an option that expires on the 4th of December, the bracket is going to show 1. Now if I have an option that expires on the 18th of December, the bracket is going to show 15. So there's 15 days remaining if I own this option. So that's what the numbers in the brackets mean. So to look at an option chain, what you have to do is you actually just have to click into any one of the options. Now the interface is very similar to what we covered earlier. So in the middle of the option chain, they actually show you the expiration date as well as the different strike prices for the options. For the calls and puts, they are shown at both sides, and you can see on the left side here what we have are the call options, and on the right side here what we have are the put options. Now the bid and ask prices for calls and puts are also shown on the left and right side respectively. One thing that you may notice, which is what we covered in the lesson, is puts actually get more expensive as the strike price increase. But if you were to look at calls, right, you can actually see that these calls get cheaper as the strike prices increase. And you also notice that the bid and ask prices are constantly changing and being updated, because what is happening is that the market is live right now. So when new information comes in, the bid and ask prices will change accordingly. Now, if we were to look at an option with a different expiration date, you will see that the layout is actually the same. So there's no change to the layout. The layout of the option chain will depend on the settings that you have set. And the last point that I want to cover is, if you were to buy an option with a longer day to expiration, that option is going to cost more at the same strike price. So for example, if we were to look at the 18 December call option for Apple, we look at the strike price for a 130 call. So this is the 130 call option for Apple on 18 December, which expires 15 days from now. And this is the price that you can expect to pay to purchase this. Now, if we were to look at another call option with a longer day to expiration, for example, the 19th Feb 2021 call option for Apple, you can see that at the same strike price, the option with the longer day to expiration will cost more. The 19 Feb call option costs almost 5 times more than the 18 December call option. The main reason for this is because there is more time for the 19 Feb call option to reach $130 compared to the 18 December call option. This is also known as the time value of an option. Okay, so I've covered the basics of an option chain. In my next video, I will cover time value and the other factors that affects option pricing. See you in the next video.